Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's Hearthstone Ranked time. So only the second video of my Ranked here. We're going to see how far it goes. The first two games went pretty easily, as predicted. Again, I'm not a top skill player. I know that. I don't even know the meta game right now for the top skill stuff. But I'm somewhere in the middle. There are 25 ranks, so I have no idea if I'm high, if I'm in like the upper middle or lower middle or what. But right now you have to start from the bottom of the ranks and work your way up, and I'm not really a bottom ranked sort of. I'm somewhere in the middle. Against a mage, I'm actually going to get rid of one of my acid oozes because it's nice to have all this stuff, but I already have a good starting hand, and I'd rather have some more options. I don't have that many things that are super expensive in this deck. I mean, the highest casting cost is 5. Honestly, having a backstab and a 2-cost creature in my starting hand, it would be pretty hard to go wrong. So now, what is my opponent going to coin out? Whatever it is, usually backstab can counter it. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure what to do about that. Because I can kill it with backstab, it just seems kind of excessive. If I don't kill it with backstab, though, then you can hit for 1 and then shoot for 1 and kill either of these two guys. So, yeah, I guess, I mean, it seems like kind of a waste of a backstab. Well played for using a novice engineer to do that, but it did eat the coin anyway. So I am going to backstab the engineer. Probably a bad play, but that's kind of what the backstab is for. Is you get it in the starting hand and you secure that position. That was probably just really dumb. It would have at least taken my opponent's whole turn to kill that. No. You had to spend a Frostbolt to kill that, so that's not bad. Now there are no creatures in play. Hopefully I can get out into the lead there. Although, not the ideal way here. So I can play the Geomancer, or I'll probably die. Or I can play a weapon, stab for 1, and then even if I do draw a poison, I won't want to play the poison because my weapon will be down to point of durability. I could play a weapon and not use it. Hopefully be setting myself up for later stuff. I don't want a head crack now. I want to always get the combo with head crack, and there's no advantage to doing 2 damage now. I'm going to burn her down in the short term? No. I think I'm going to hold on to this. Next turn I'll be able to cast this and one of those, which is pretty good. Yeah, make a dagger, and doing 1 damage now is of very little value. Unless she plays an Acid Ooze and kills this. And even then, it wasn't that big a deal.
Don't mess with us.
Well, that's a little annoying. What have I got? Knife Juggler. Interesting. So I think what I want to do, it's probably excessive, but like Betrayal isn't going to do me a lot of good with these guys. It's going to kill a 1/1 or do a trivial amount of damage that doesn't help against a 2/3. So what I want to do is I'm going to play the Knife Juggler because he's kind of stronger the earlier I play him. If he dies, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure he's going to die. But I got to try and protect him. So I'm going to play the Knife Juggler.
Put this apple on your head.
I'm going to spend an Eviscerate, which pains me. I don't like doing this. But I'm going to spend an Eviscerate to kill her. And then I will stab the boar. And now the mage can't just use the boar and a fire blast to kill him without spending any new resources. You have to spend a card to kill him. It's not that big a deal. I mean, I just spent a card to kill one of her guys, and I spent a card to play him, but if he lives, it'll be nice, and if not, at least he should be getting 1-to-1 card whatever with my opponent. My opponent won't gain a card advantage, neither will I. So shoot him for 1 and then Arcane Missile? That wouldn't make sense. You'd want to Arcane Missile first, and then see if you have to do that. So you might have nothing good to do, is just Arcane Missile, or is just Fire Blast, so that next turn she can finish him with Fire Blast. Which would be a very weak turn. And very much in my favor. I was thinking quite a bit, which reminds me that I should squelch her, because that's what I do. I squelch people. Oh, this is crazy, weird, and sick. Blizzard costs 6 now, so she can't just Blizzard me next turn. She used her coin. If I play a Knife Juggler, then every creature that I play will be doing 2 damage to my opponent. On the other hand, she's just going to shoot him next turn, almost certainly. It's really tempting to do it that way, but I think what I actually want to do that's a little bit more reliable and isn't like putting out all my creatures in one basket, although would be to cast a Geomancer, do 1 damage with this guy, and then Head Crack for 2 damage. Then again, that's just doing 1 more damage this turn, and then I won't have as much out in play. If she can't kill them all with 1 AoE, I'm better off having the creatures in play. I still get 2 damage from knife, or 3 damage from Knife Juggling if I do it by playing them both. I think I'm going to play them all. And I'm going to use my weapon too, because I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to spend all my mana well next turn. So, if an AoE does come up and kill them all, I'm going to be very annoyed. But there's only so much I can do. Mirror Image, very strong card. That'll reduce the beatings, probably.
1 shot, 1 kill.
Yeah, that's okay. Then you can Fire Blast another one. Yeah. Now my problem is I need to play a card every turn in order for my Head Crack to work out well. I didn't draw a creature, and that's part of the screwing me, because any creature I drew I could have played and it would have been just fine. But now I'm stuck killing these, which is kind of pointless, and then to stab her I can't use the Head Crack well, because unless I'm willing to waste a Betrayal, and then I'm not really gaining card advantage, so I'm not doing that just for 2 damage. Oh well. You gotta do what you gotta do. I do have a fair handful of killing here. But this guy's just gonna get shot, and I'm gonna have no Knife Jugglers. The thing is, you can't be... Like, the Knife Juggler is great. Like, really great. But he is usually gonna die. Don't be overprotective of him. Because you can't just keep him alive forever. He's a 2 toughness creature. Using a Fireball directly on me. My opponent does have more cards, so I guess that makes some kind of sense. Oh, this is annoying. I can't get out my multiple guys from the Ringleader unless I cast the Head Crack first, but then I would lose the Head Crack because I'd be not using the combo with it. On the other hand, if I don't do that, I'm really not doing anything with my turn, except hitting for 3. I think that's what I'm going to go with, though, because, well... You know what? I have to stop doing it. Just like I shouldn't be too overprotective for the Knife Juggler, waiting for this guy is not going to be helpful. I'd rather get him out now. If she Flame Strikes, then I drew out a Flame Strike for 2/2/2 creatures. I'm going to use him without the combo so that I can Head Crack for 3 and get it back. It is doing 3 now because of the spell power. And I'm going to stab my opponent and get a new weapon. It seems like what I have to do. Again, if she spends her whole turn Flame Striking just these 2 guys, then at least I took out a Flame Strike. And I won't be any worse off, really, than if I had just waited, played something else first, then him, and then had it all get Flame Striked, right?
What to do? What to do?
Squelching doesn't stop the automatic emotes, and I wouldn't want it to. I like to know how much time is passing just by virtue of that. Why would you blow up the guy with no ability and leave the guy with spell power? Whoa. Some weird shenanigans going on here. Now, Backstab would do 3 damage to him. should let me trade for him, but that's obviously not very favorable. I am winning the race here. It's possible my opponent just has more expensive creatures that she's going to play, but it seems to me like the best play right now is to assassinate him so I can keep head cracking and beating on her.
Here we go.
Done a ton of damage, but we're going to see. My opponent has more cards in hand than I do. And I have taken a bunch of damage, too, from that fireball.
One shot.
Hit points can go away quickly. Now she's going to kill this. Ooh. I like how it looked like she was going to shoot her own guy. It's just, it doesn't mean it was going to happen, but it looked funny. Which one do I want to shiv? She's really easy to kill, but on the other hand, shiv would actually kill her. If I shiv her, then I can't backstab her. That seems like a mistake, so I am going to shiv this one. Which is probably also a mistake, but that's my logic. Deadly poison, okay. I have mana to spare, so I'm actually going to re-dagger first to get the full durability on it. Then deadly poison. And hit you for 3. And head crack for 2. I am leaving out a 4/5 creature, that kind of sucks. But on the plus side, having her there might allow me to get some killing with Betrayal next turn. And she doesn't have that much health left. It's gonna be an ugly race with me not having any minions and her healing all the time. So I don't know if I really win this race, but right now racing seems like the best thing. Ooh, that is ugly. And the direct arcane missile to the face. Wow, we're really racing now, but you've kind of spent most of your cards. So, what we're going to do is we're going to backstab him, Betrayal, kill them both. My opponent will still have a 5/6 left, which is not good for me. There's so much I can do about it. It doesn't matter if I backstab before or after the Geomancer. Probably should put the Geomancer out first, but whatever. I have enough mana for everything anyhow. Wham. And then she gets smaller. Though not a lot smaller. And I head crack you for 3 again. And I stab you for 3. And now that my poison's gone, I'll refresh my dagger, but my opponent still has a card. I don't, except for this. I can kill her in 2 turns for sure. 1 turn if she leaves this guy alive. But she has more cards, a bigger creature, and I don't have that much more health.
The gates are open.
Ooh, that's going to slow down my, victory a lot. Well, actually, it's still 2 turns with this, but that will kill me next turn if I can't do something. So, it could get ugly. What do we got? Eviscerate. That is good because it means I win. We like the part where I win. That was a close game, though. Bonus star from win streak, okay. So I've gone up to the rank of Leper Gnome, up to rank 24. Hooray! It's standard gold for winning 3 games. That does not build up very fast, although with the quests it should. And of course I'm not playing gold to play rank the way I pay gold to play arena. So there we go. That's 1 game. Let's do another one. 2 games of video seems good. So I think it put me very close to the top, unless I'm misunderstanding. It gave me bonus stars for having a streak of wins all in a row, which means I'm going to advance ranks faster if I keep winning. And that's part of the trick to the system, so I don't have to fight weak players, like, forever, like for hours. If I keep winning, if I keep getting win streaks, then I'll climb up the ranks really fast until I run into a brick wall of people who are just as good or better than I am, and then things will sort of equalize. You can go down ranks from losing as well. That's how the ranking system works. Where were you last game? Well, you're gone now because I don't need you in my starting hand. Deadly Poison, I guess I will keep? Or no? I mean, I don't have anything that interacts with my starting hand. You know what? Maybe a dumb theory, but it seems to me like I'd rather have other stuff. Oh, I would have rather had Deadly Poison than these guys. Deadly Poison's kind of a little slow because it only costs one, but I need to get a weapon out first to do it. This is not a good starting hand, and I'm going first, so no coin. Oh boy. Might have a hard time keeping up the winning streak. Oh, that's interesting. I'm playing against another rank 25 player, so it's not just automatically against people of the same rank. I guess the matchmaking couldn't do that perfectly, but... priests don't have weapons, so I'm not wasting the battle cry of this guy to just play him right away. I'm going to play him before the Knife Juggler because it's quite possible the priest has a good way to kill him. Just a Holy Smite for 1 mana would blow this up, and I'd rather waste it on him or Shadow Word Pain. That was the other thing. Not all priests play Holy Smite. I think all of them actually play both Shadow Words, which makes sense because they are good. So that's one out of the way. Let's play a Knife Juggler and see what else kills him. If he survives, then next turn I can use one of my Defenders of Argus on him, but I don't favor his chances. Now, good priest decks do tend to be very slow, grindy, wait you out, and then win later. That's a bit more of an aggressive move. Do you have a Power Word? You have a coin.
I hope you like my invention.
Really? Just playing some stuff. I can live with that. He would be so nice with the Knife Juggler, but it's not going to work mana-wise, because again, this doesn't trigger combo. If I play him, I get nothing special, whereas if I play this, then my guy gets bigger, and I can deliver some beatings.
My shield for Argus.
Although I'm forcing my opponent to kill this first, which doesn't help me much, but it would take my opponent's entire army to kill him, so it's a decent trade, especially since I got 4 damage in the meantime. I wish he had shot my opponent directly, since obviously doing this thing is going to die either way. You sure are drawing a lot of cards there. Why would you heal that? What possible good does that do you? That's the first mistake of the game. And I see the mistake, and I feel better about the fact that this person is in a low rank, and they're not really helping themselves. I do lose my Knife Juggler, which is really sad before the Ringleader, but I should be doing okay. I am going to... yeah. I mean, I could play another Defender of Argus, turn him into a 4/4 taunt, but really, I think I'm just going to play Gigantor.
You gotta be kidding me!
Probably just drawing out a Shadow Word Death, but if my opponent doesn't have the Shadow Word Death yet, he's only drawn 1/3 of his deck. He only have 2 of them, and he's only drawn 11 cards, so even with all that extra card drawing, there was a good chance that both his Shadow Word Deaths were still in the other 20 cards of his deck. Are you Holy Smiting me directly? You have not played against enough good priests, or you would not have done that. Good priests don't do that. They don't. If I play him first, before this guy, then I don't get the full benefit of the Defender of Argus. But I'll still have a huge Defender of Argus and a big army, so I think I'm going to go with that, even though I'm asking to get Holy Novad, basically. The other choice would be to get Weapon, Poison, Head Crack. Weapon, Poison, Head Crack is pretty good. Start that Head Crack going, put the pressure on my opponent. I could use my weapon to kill this, which seems like a waste, but I only take 1 damage for it, and that would leave less raw material that could be buffed or otherwise worked with to kill him. I'm thinking I like this play, even though it's probably dumb. If my opponent doesn't have a Holy Nova, though, just going aggressive would be so strong. You know what? I'm just going to do the aggressive route and squelch. If you have a Holy Nova, then this'll hurt, but these two guys still survive Holy Nova without spell damage out there. And if you don't have a Holy... Like, even then, the Holy Nova is only killing 1 card, although it would actually hurt me and stuff.
The gates are open.
Okay, he's big. He can be assassinated, though. Don't have enough mana to assassinate and head crack, but beggars can't be choosers. I don't think I want to play him, since I'm not head cracking right away. And I'm going to hit my opponent for a ton of damage, and I don't want my army to all get AoE'd. Yeah. So I'm going to assassinate you. I'm actually going to take time out to kill you. I'm going to hit you for 8. I'm going to make a dagger and not use it, because then next turn I can deadly poison for 1 and probably still head crack and do something else useful. Although maybe I should have stabbed for 1 because that 1 damage could have made the difference between winning. Yeah. This is why I didn't want to play all my creatures. But now he doesn't have anything left to finish these guys off with. He really should have done the Holy Nova before the Lord of the Arena. Although he might have just drawn it. He may not have had that choice. So I can hit you for 7. If I poison, it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Can't quite kill him in 1 round. Though reducing him to 1 hit point may be adequate for the job. Let's do that anyway. Because I can just stab him next turn, most likely.
Here we go.
And we're going to save him because that could be another Holy Nova, wipe out my whole army. Holy Nova and a creature that costs 3 and has taunt, that would actually not save him because head crack, stab, he would die anyway.
I have no time.
No, the taunt creature would keep running. You've got a Sylvanas. Why don't I have a Sylvanas? Get another 1,000 dust, and I can make one. Although I might make Ragnaros first. I don't know. I realize that this is currently considered to be about the best all-around, like, can't-go-wrong legend. But some of my decks need the Ragnaros more for just, like, play them and finish your opponent. Anyway, you are Super Atomic Mega dead. Crack it is. Win streak, I get a bonus star, so it pumped me up to rank 23, Ardent Squire. I've got a bubble now. So yeah, if I just keep winning, it'll race me up the ranks pretty fast until I get to the point where I start getting my ass kicked again. Which is probably where it should be. But we'll see how far I can keep this win streak going next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.